Alright everybody, welcome back to another episode of Cade Gaming. Today I am very excited to show you Gunfire Reborn. If you haven't played this before, this game is essentially a first-person shooter roguelike kind of looter shooter game. It is 4-player co-op online. Tremendously fun. There is DLC for new characters, new bosses. They've just released the first season for this game, which is pretty cool. And you have like a variety of heroes you can play. You know, it's a fun game. And today what I want to do, I want to give you guys just a little bit of a taste of the beginning. My account is already quite leveled up. I actually have over 100 hours already in this game. Clearly I love it. My favorite thing is you know, it's a multiplayer game. It's so fun to play this with my friends. I'm gonna call this type of video, try it before you buy it. This game is just $20 on Steam. I've already invested 100 hours. I think it's worth it, but let me show you the game. I've picked my hero. I'm gonna set it to Elite, so there's just a little more of a difficulty curve. But go ahead, grab a coffee, and let's dive right in. To give you a lay of the land, and the bottom left down there, you can see my health bar and my shield bar as well. In the very bottom center, you can see that's kind of my ultimate ability. This character, instead of having charges of her ability, she uses mana. Right click would be holding down to aim or using a secondary on a weapon, and left click is fire. Outside of that, the Q in the bottom right, that's what I use to throw my my grenade. In this instance, she launches fireballs, which is really cool. And then shift is dash as well. So I'm gonna come over here, grab a little bit of a gun to start, and then we'll go ahead and we'll start on, I like the Argus. I'm gonna pick this one up. Oops, wrong button, excuse me. Press E to pick up. There we go. I'm gonna jump right in. The way that the game works is when you go through, you're gonna kill bad guys. You're gonna unlock random events. It's all like procedurally generated, which I think is really, really cool. You can see my ammo in the bottom left. This weapon uses, like, the medium rarity ammo. It's not like a heavy weapon, for example. It's also not a light weapon ammo. This would be the infinite ammo thing. This right here on the wall, that is a hidden vault. You can find one in every single area. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna show you one of those first really quickly. The hidden vaults are fun. They are optional. But the great thing about it is if you do it, there is an extra reward at the end here as well. Ooh, I'm gonna show you my ultimate ability here. Woo. See, perfect. See, in Elite is not too hard. You definitely are at risk. When you take damage, your shield will go down, but it'll regenerate, whereas your health does not. And then you unlock these as you play the game. These are scrolls. 50% weapon damage when your secondary skill count is 0, persists 12 seconds above 0. I'm gonna pick it up. If ever I don't want one of those too, I can always recycle it for money. Here we go. I'm gonna show you my regular weapon as well. Everyone gets this weapon. As you can see, it's a little less strong. It's not a pushback shotgun quite like the other one is. And you can see there are some unique, see, like those are split monsters. They actually, you know, keep spawning. And you can hold up to 2 additional guns. You can never get rid of your infinite ammo gun, but you can have 3. And I scroll through with my mouse wheel as well. So this weapon is called Hell, and this is a heavy ammo. And then one of the big points at the very end of every level that you do, you have the main chest, and this is going to give you a goblet. Each person has essentially trees that they can choose between, and this is randomly generated, so you can't choose. You can see my 3 trees for her are Inferno, Ashes, or Spiritual, and then I'm gonna choose what upgrade I want from these. Spiritual Flame is my ultimate. After it evolves, it deals additional fire damage. When my Blazing Meteor, which is my grenade, hits an enemy burning, there's a 60% chance to cast an additional meteor within 7, and then of course increased damage when it hits only 1 person. I want to start by upgrading my ultimate. It's a fun ability, and if you go that route and you're able to get a bunch of upgrades there, it scales super fast. Here we go. Ooh, a red chest. I'll get that in a minute. I don't want to get in trouble here. This game has music as an indicator, by the way. So, like, as long as the music is playing, you'll know essentially that there are bad guys in your area. Red chests are usually, there's benefits and disadvantages. So this is a great example. This red chest, lose HP but gain money or a scroll. While I appreciate the idea of money, I'm gonna lose my current HP and get a scroll instead. Plus 25 damage dealt when your HP is full. That is awesome. I can break open these. I can break open any pots, for example. I can break open certain things will drop health. I see that up there. A new, oh, Bone Dragon's pretty fun. Actually, I want to show this to you really quick. I'm gonna pick it up and I will recycle this. Bone Dragon is kind of like a shotgun that fires out an orb. I'll show it to you real quick. I have to hold down and then I fire it. And it suctions them in and then explodes a second time. So it's really great for like AoE. It's kind of harder to get like headshots and stuff. And it is, you know, you gotta charge it up, but it's awesome. Makes me happy. Let's see. Let's switch that Argus real quick. Argus also pushes enemies back if they don't die. And then, so this bonus room, let's see what I got here. Blessing in Disguise, Ascension options are fixed at 2. You have 3 chances to select both. The Ascension options, to clarify, those are what you get at the end of the level. Why not? Let's gamble with it. So I don't get as many choices at the end of the level now. However, on the flip side, I have a chance to I can choose to take both. It's not necessarily something I want to get early on. However, it's a nice upgrade, you know, it really is. Ooh, Javelin, that's gonna be cool to show you guys too. The Icy Spear. I'm gonna pick this up so I can show that to you as well, and I'll recycle this weapon. So the spear is completely different. This game, you guys, listen to this. It has so many different weapons. There is a weapon for everybody. This spear, to give you an idea, I throw out a spear, I throw out a couple of spears, I press the right click to recall them. So see, they sit there and spin and hurt enemies. It is awesome. It is a fun weapon. It definitely requires some finesse, but you can use it as well as like a, I'm gonna position myself, recall them to hit the enemies that are in front of me type thing. So it's pretty fun. Ooh, I just took a hit. Anyways, so this is a pretty fun weapon as well. Ooh, okay, I'm gonna switch. All right, perfect. Ooh. Perfect. Okay, so this room as well had the demonic aura Nirvana. What that was essentially all enemies will turn into a horned beetle at the end. So, and this is the final room for this area too. I won't make you watch the whole thing. I'll probably skip ahead so you can see the first boss fight as well. The game is tremendously fun. I love it a lot. And I want you to be able to get kind of a quick look. There are multiple worlds you'll progress through as well. And obviously it gets progressively harder. If you add in friends, the enemies will have a little more health, a little more damage, and you can resurrect your friends if they go down as well. But let's see. So you can see down here, by the way, select all is an option. If I want to take both, I can choose, but now I'm never going to have this third option here. After casting my ultimate here, for every 1 max energy, I gain weapon and skill damage. That's pretty cool. And recover duration for every burning effect inflicted. Or max shield, which is survivability. I'm not too worried about that. We're not taking too much damage. I'll take this one for now. It's a nice little buff. We'll go ahead and jump into the next stage, and I will show you the boss fight in a little bit. Something I want to show you real quick here. This is a peddler. I think something I love. They do, of course, they have stores. They have weapon upgrade people. The peddler, when you visit him, you can buy stuff. And sometimes they have weapons, sometimes they have, you know, relics as well. When HP is reduced to 0, it's fixed at 1 for 5 seconds. Killing any enemy within this duration will recover 50% max HP and max shield or armor. It's destroyed after triggering. Yeah, I'm definitely taking that. And then I have an upgrade, so at the end tree, which I'll show you here at the end of the video, you can buy upgrades with these souls up here. That's kind of the meta currency you get from killing enemies in each run. I actually get to refresh this for free. There's nothing else I really want to buy right now. I'll heal myself real quick. I'll buy a bun to heal myself. But other than that, you know, it's really cool because the game essentially, there's so many ways you can get upgrades, so many ways you can get better. So Something else really cool you can find too. So this is like a treasure room. So not all of these hidden vaults are like enemies. Some of them can actually be boss rooms, which I love. Those are, of course, to me, my favorites. I think you get the best rewards. These treasure rooms, they usually have some sort of a trap, whether it's a jump quest or, you know, you have to dash past boulders, for example. And sometimes they have hidden things. So this example, I'll show you here real quick. Oops, I'm taking damage. You get to the back. There's a hidden chest back here. I already know about this one, but it's always worth this game. This game has hidden things in it. So it's always fun to kind of go back, look for little things from time to time, because sometimes it's an opportunity for you to get upgrades here. Here we go, and then this is the primary chest where I would get your first purchase at any peddler does not cost any copper. It is so good. One of my favorite things to get, and I always want to get it early on. This right here, this is the weapon craftsman. This is the person I can visit, and then I can spend some money to upgrade weapons. This one, because it was my starting weapon, it's super cheap to upgrade. It has no plus levels for increased damage, right? And it doesn't have any added inscriptions, as you can see. One of the fun things that you'll see in this game with weapons is there is kind of a power creep. You can get these crazy builds that synergize incredibly, not just with your abilities, but with your weapons. So, you know, for example, you might get something that says 50% increased attack speed, and then you might get another line that says, you know, 30% chance to automatically reload the weapon when killing an enemy, so you don't ever have to reload, so you can constantly fire and stuff. And then maybe you might get a third upgrade on that weapon that says something like increased damage based on how many times you shoot before reloading, you know? So it's really fun and really, really cool. It's always fun to see that type of stuff. I'm gonna upgrade this Argus just once because 50 gold's not much, and honestly, it is a weapon I really love to use. It's a close range weapon, right? This is kind of more like a shotgun, if you will. You want to get up close and personal. You'll deal more damage that way. It's not quite as ranged. It's worth it. Ooh, I hear a sniper. Those arrows curve, by the way, if you're wondering. And on harder difficulties, they hurt so much. Okay, I'm just gonna drop a meteor. The convenient thing about this character, I love her so much, not just because she's like a mage, which, as maybe some of you are starting to realize, I love the caster characters, the mages, the supports in a game. That's kind of my MO. I really love her because those grenades drop from above. So if ever I need to, right, if an enemy has shielding going on or something like that, ooh, gotta dodge. If an enemy has shielding, I'm able to actually just drop something directly on their head. And her ultimate can get pretty strong too. So her build is pretty crazy. I don't know if she's the strongest character or not. She's just my favorite. She makes me happy. Ooh, I see a boss room. Ooh, I'm gonna do that later. I just need a little bit of time. Ooh. Not today. Not today. Oops, okay. Sheesh, I do want to show you this weapon too. Whew, okay. I'm gonna swap this out for the spear so you guys can see what it's like. This one's called the Wolf. It essentially fires, it fires a laser beam out. You have to hold down a charge, and then it gives you this little mini game where if I right click, now my next shot will actually penetrate targets. So different guns, I'm telling you, there's so much diversity. It is so entertaining to play the game. It's amazing. Here we go. I'm gonna jump over here. I want you guys to immediately be able to see this vault here. This is a boss vault. So this one is going to have a boss spawn. Oops, I missed my shot there. That was me. Oop, not the fastest thing in the world. Oh, that was a grenade person. Please tell me I dodged it. Yes, I did, okay. Oh, I missed that one too. It's hard. So weapons like this, they do require you to multitask. It's impressive if you're able to pull it off, but sometimes it's just, I'm like, whoop. Okay, we're gonna use our ultimate on this one. And then we're gonna dash. Hard to stay away from this guy. Okay. Good thing my shield, if I keep running, it's giving me time to regenerate shield. I'm gonna aim for the head because it allows me to deal extra damage. Hopefully deal some crits. There we go, perfect! Oh my gosh. Okay, so not that bad. You know, on elite difficulty, as you can see, I'm running around a little bit. A star ring. This weapon is so unique too. This is like, this weapon, it does a circle of damage around you here. So like when I left click, it rings it out, and when I hold down, it just keeps spinning on enemies. And then when I right click, it brings it in. So there's so many different, right? This one throws a bomb. This one's like an octopus suction water weapon as well. It's so cool to see all the different weapons out there. But for the sake of time, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna jump straight to like the final boss here, so you guys, or sorry, the final boss of the first area, so that way you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. All right, here we go. So this right here is the first boss of the area. And to clarify, every area has a few different bosses you can fight. So I know there are 2 different people or bosses this could be when I walk through here. I've already seen the weaponsmith to upgrade my weapons. I bought some stuff from the peddler. I'm gonna walk straight on in, and I'm gonna see what I can do. So this first boss is kind of tricky. He is the like stone guardian. Very, very cool boss. Definitely nuanced. He holds little things in front of his face to protect him. Whoop! He fires lasers that explode those pillars as well. And if you're really good, which I am not, to clarify, but if you're really, really good, you can actually dash to dodge that shot as well, which is pretty cool. He does a slam. He also summons, yep, see, those would hurt me if I was standing on top of one of those. And he summons rocks in the air as well. Now, I really upgraded this weapon, which is great, and it's not the hardest difficulty, oops, in the world, but it is, oop, he fires his hands at me. Let's see if I can, woo, okay. It's just the first boss, by the way. It's not supposed to be the hardest thing in the world. The brick. Oh my god, and it does fire damage. Okay, I have to show you at least the brick real quick. This is a funny, it's considered a heavy weapon damage, of course. The brick is relatively new. It's like a sniper. You throw it, and if it hits an enemy, it bounces back and you catch it. It is so amazing. When you kill a boss, of course, it drops extra weapons. When you're playing with friends, everything is individual, so all my friends will drop their own weapons. I cannot unintentionally steal any of my friends' weapons. The bosses also drop goblets for you to upgrade as well, which is really, really awesome. So you can get upgrades for your character. And they also drop these legendary scrolls, which is really, really great. So you kind of do get that opportunity to get something big. One of the reasons why I love this game and why I want to show you, try it before you buy it is there definitely is a difficulty curve. In this game, there are 4 difficulties. There's normal, elite, nightmare, and then there is, oh god, what is it called? It's something like reincarnation. And you can get like reincarnation level 2, level 3, level 4, and so on. They all just get progressively harder. But in addition, there is the ability to like scale and scale and scale until at some point you are doing crazy amounts of damage. It's so fun and so satisfying. It's the best part of being a roguelike too. And then from here, I think one of the nice things too is like I can continue on. It takes me to the new world. One run of this game, if I were to make it to the very end, and if I'm, really good about, I know what I want to upgrade, it usually takes about an hour, plus or minus. The last thing I want to show you, this will save my space as long as I'm in that middle area between worlds. The last thing I want to show you, though, is the talent tree. So this is the list of permanent upgrades you can get, right? So as you gain these souls, you can spend them to upgrade weapons, right? Drop an additional weapon after defeating a boss, stuff like this. And they're all different skill trees that cost progressively more. And then each hero, as you unlock them, has upgrades specifically for that hero and their abilities. So you can try a new hero, and at first you might not have all those upgrades, and when you start the game, of course, you're not gonna be as strong. But as you play, you'll get stronger, so it's easier to beat the game down the road. Now, I also have all the DLC, so I have all the extra characters. I love this game so much. But this is try it before you buy it. Let me know what you think of Gunfire Reborn. Let me know in the comments below if you like this video, if you want to see more games like this. As always, again, thank you so much for commenting. I love your comments. I appreciate them. I feel so good. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe. There are more videos weekly. I always appreciate your support. My name is Cade. I hope you enjoyed your coffee, and happy gaming.